And that would be Ice Storm Studios in Montreal, where most of the classic action hit 300 was shot. This over-the-top testosterone-driven spectacle is based on the comic books by Frank Miller, who you might know from Sin City. Believe it or not, but the plot is actually based on a true story. Sure, it's fictionalized and there's plenty of drama added, but a small group of Spartans did stand against the entire Persian army and give them a tough time. Also, most of the iconic one-liners find their origins in authentic Spartan culture.
This is where they die! On your shield, boys!
The Spartans in the film are as cool as it gets, with every single character totally badass. And this too is historically accurate. The reason the ancient culture fell is because they refused to adapt to a changing world. For example, they renounced coin money as they didn't believe in it. In doing so, though, they could no longer trade with other nations. Also, they treated outsiders as harshly as they did themselves, resulting in way too many enemies.
Remember this day, men, for it will be yours for all time!
Okay, you can calm down now, Your Highness. They get the picture. 300 is directed by Zack Snyder, while Gerard Butler plays the heroic Leonidas. Almost everything was shot using blue screens, so for the actors, it was never fully clear what the final film would look like.
You know, this has been a strange film. I always had a lot of faith in Zack and the team, and the whole way through, all I heard were great things, and that worries me because you're only being set up for disappointment. And I was very nervous when I went to watch the film, and I was 10 times happier with it than I expected to be.
Even though the entire film is set outdoors, it was all filmed on sound stages with a whole lot of CGI. In fact, so much of the film was computer generated, things got a bit confusing for the cast. But it did have some perks.
It's not like hurry up, the sun's setting, you know, it's windy, you know, it becomes this really sort of exposed performance. But on the other hand, I think they relied a lot, just as you would on the stage, you know, your reality is created by the other actor who's giving you the performance back, you know. That's how I sort of felt, and I think that they did that.
When you're acting on the blue screen, it reminded me when I was a kid, and I was just improvising and pretending I was a knight or a warrior or whatever. It's freeing in a way because, you know, you have to use your imagination.
Seldom has a movie had so little plot, yet been that much fun to watch. It's all about the action, and it doesn't bore for a second. In fact, with a body count of no less than 600, it's the third deadliest film of all time. The reason it works so well is the way Zack Snyder shot the combat sequences, using slow-motion movement alternating with actual speed. Then add some desaturated colors and a splash of humor, and you get a masterpiece that raked in almost $500 million. Also, if you ever need some motivation to hit the gym, just throw on 300.
Yeah!